This is the second floor of the Sands Expo and Convention Center in Las Vegas, and the folks you see here are attending ISC West, the International Security Conference and Exposition sponsored by the Security Industry Association. There will be more than 10,000 products on display devoted to the security industry, and this is called the largest physical security trade show in North America. Over 1,000 manufacturing companies will be here. There will be 75 educational sessions, and the trade show floor is sold out. We can't wait to visit some of the exhibits here. I found the Boone Edom booth. These are the folks that made the optical turnstiles that we came through when entering the trade show floor. And I asked how they work. Well, in this area you would swipe your card that says you belong here, and you would go through. If someone else tried to sneak through behind you, an alarm would go off and security would come and say, "Hey fella or girl, you don't belong here." I asked if any of these turnstiles are in Las Vegas, and the local salesperson said yes, that Zappos is installing just these turnstiles. So, here we are, optical turnstiles by Boone Edom. I stopped at this exhibit because I love the name Sure View Systems, and it turns out I thought I was talking about cameras. No, Sure View is software, and that software records only events. For example, let's say that a bunch of Canon cameras are monitoring a bunch of banks. Well, there is someone in a security position watching lots of screens, and there will be nothing on those screens unless there is an event, unless somebody is moving, etc. So it could get pretty boring in the middle of the night if nothing's going on. But the SureView system won't continuously record unless something is happening. So that's what SureView is. I was curious why all the cars were running around here, and then we look up here, and this is a company from Hungary, I believe, and they are capturing every license plate. The camera is capturing every license plate, even as fast as these cars are moving. The man behind me was asking, well, does it store these licenses? And he said, no, you have to have extra software or someone to punch a button to say, please keep this. So it's very interesting how clear those license plates are. This is Lawmate America, and this is Jamie Martin. And would you show us some of the small items that you have?
Yes, we've got video cameras that look like little AC plugs. It's actually a video camera inside of there.
Wow.
They would plug into a DVR this size. So that would be your recorder. This would be your camera. We also have them in upside down neckties.
Okay.
Earphones, like for an iPhone.
Could be a camera?
Yep. Our smallest camera is going to be this one. It's threaded so you can screw it into a wall.
Huh.
We also have glasses, hats. We have little bullet cameras that you could use, a little bit bigger.
Okay, well, I got the idea here. Now, who would you want to visit your booth, and what would they do?
Our main seller would be private investigators, police officers, people that want to set up covert video in their house, maybe if they're going on vacation.
Okay.
Pretty much, we sell to almost anybody. We have a store in Austin, Texas, where we sell the stuff retail to anybody that can come in and wants to buy it.
And are you online too?
Yes, we're online. We have a website.
Lawmate America?
LawmateAmerica.com.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Almost every booth that one passes, one can see oneself because there are cameras focused on the audience and what you see straight ahead. And I got out of the way, so I'm not videoed, but all these folks are just walking right in front of this exhibit. This is the Daimon booth, and they have lots of examples on the video screen here. Look at how much you can see with the cameras. This is all the information, but they had one where they had ultra low light camera. I think it's coming up again because I've seen this one before, but look how clear that is if you are monitoring a street corner. Beautiful picture on a sunny day, absolutely clear as it can be. We're at the Zebra Technologies exhibit, and I was curious about the sentence, gives a virtual voice to your students. Now Zebra makes printers, and they can print all kinds of cards and wristbands as you see here. But the gentleman was explaining to me that today's college student might have just one ID card, and it can be used for everything from buying lunch in the cafeteria to accessing bank accounts to doing all kinds of things. So with fancy software and a Zebra printer, the college is in business. By the Cricket security camera booth because they had lots of signs about low light. This is David Myers, and Cricket is outside of Vancouver, right?
Correct, yeah. So the company is called Point Grey.
Oh, it is?
Yep, so that's the name
that's
of the company.
The brand Cricket.
Yes, the brand, or the model name is called Cricket.
Okay.
So our Cricket cameras are low-cost IP security camera. Basically what we went after with this camera was to get image quality and low light performance that you would find in a $1,000 to $2,000 camera into a low-cost, approximately $300 camera. This demonstration that we have here is one of our new Cricket cameras with a 1/2-inch sensor. It's a 1080p camera. It shoots at 60 frames per second, and it sees very, very well in low light conditions.
So what is it looking at? It's not a great picture.
Yeah, so right now it's looking into this dark box. You can see that as I open the lid, you can see the light going in, so it is a live image. And that here, you can see the lux meter. It's sitting at about 0.09 to 0.1 lux. Here's the meter right here inside.
So, okay, so this is an absolutely dark box.
Exactly. You have a hard time seeing your hand 2 feet in front of you with this amount of light.
Okay.
That's what you can see from the camera. So it's very good at seeing in the dark.
So, and it has you build the camera, but Sony built the little sensor inside?
We're a camera manufacturer, and we use Sony sensors in this camera. So.
And how much would a camera like that cost?
This camera is going to be $349, which is the 1080p version. We also do a 720p version at $299.
Wow. Sound like bargains. Thank you, David.
You bet.
I stopped at Marshall Electronics because I'm looking at telephoto lenses, and the gentleman here explained that this particular one could actually see about a mile. The customers for this kind of thing could be anything from private investigators to the military to FBI, etc. This particular one that I'm looking at, he said retail might be about $1,500, but other folks who are buying in quantity, etc., 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 the price might be different. But anyway, what we have here is the ability to see a mile away. Wesco is not only showing off its products, it's attracting folks with, it looks like, a bar and a lady who's been a little busy. I don't know whether I don't understand the sign or whether the translator didn't. It says Be China Best Embedded in VR. So I don't know what that means. Anyway, this is AE Vision, and they seem to have some interested customers. This young man is seen on several screens. It looks like, I'm not sure whose booth this is, but the signs keep changing. At home I have a little brother printer that I use to print labels for files. But what we see here are industrial versions of brother printers, And this one right in front of us, the big one, which would cost retail about $380, is also Wi-Fi enabled. So you can send your label from your computer to the machine. And also it can be programmed so that it prints out little labels in the exact dimensions you might need for whatever this thing is here that needs labeling all the way across. So the Brother printers come in industrial versions. The gentleman in the plaid shirt just walked through the Garrett metal detector and the buzzer went off. So I don't know whether that meant he had keys in his pocket or what. But anyway, Garrett also makes, I can see on the sign back there, super scanners. So I don't know whether their equipment is at our local airport, but that's what they make. And here we have Zap stun guns, and it looks like they come in a lot of different varieties.
I'll call you. It'll be
Sounds dangerous. Sounds like it would hurt, but Zap Light Extreme, it's a flashlight or a stun gun. And he's demonstrating right there. Wow. So you could be fully protected with that. My goodness, look at that one. Can you hit him over the head with it? Or zap him with it?
Yeah, it's kind of designed as a striking weapon.
The lady said it was a striking weapon. Wow. The light is not on, but the sign says that this is a remote controlled searchlight. So you can look around at whatever you want, and there are lots of varieties here. It's called Peak Beam Systems. More drones, you can see here. And there's a crowd looking at them. And rotor concept. Show special, $299, retailed $649. This is not a Tesla, but it is a 100% electric, extreme green security vehicle. Don't know how much it costs, but somebody seems interested. This is the second convention in a row where there is somebody who wants you. And I said last week, Uncle Sam should sue. How do you keep a black carpet clean? Well, here's the gentleman that does the job, and he is right in front of Barcode Automation, Inc. And I think we know what they do just from their title. Well, here's a gentleman talking to no audience at the moment, but maybe some of these folks are listening.
As an example of one of the various device management features.
This is Door Jammer, lightweight portable door security device, feels safer, and they seem to be selling them right away. This headline attracted me, that make your own camera in a garage, and what the young lady explained to me was that if you are ordering cameras, say from China, Taiwan, etc., it can be a long process, 3-month process, but what HUB has decided to do is to have the distributor already have the housing, and then they order just the components, and they're so small that they can be shipped by air and everything goes very fast. She says this is a new idea, and we'll see whether it catches on. Here's a title that probably came from a company owner's grandchild, Talkaphone, and this is about mass communication, web contact mass communication platform. Don't have time to find out much more about it, but I did like the title, Talkaphone. instant hands-free door access, and I thought, well, this must be like when you punch a button at a casino and the doors open automatically in case you're handicapped. But this gentleman explained that there are ways that, say, a handicapped person could have a special card that he wears, and there would be sensors on all the doorways in a house, and the person would never have to touch a door to go through it. And they have all kinds of ways of doing this, but in the brochure it talked about doctors and nurses. Once they've washed their hands, they don't want to be opening doors or even using their elbows to do it. So it's interesting, and it's NEDAP. NEDAP, Identification Systems. Walking down the hall, I spied this vehicle and wondered what it was, and I had to have a gentleman come over and explain to me it's a Ford vehicle, and Supreme Armored has adapted it. Look, 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 all the way up. This would be a surveillance vehicle, and with the whole package of everything installed might cost a police department, whatever, about $200,000. But I couldn't believe it. I missed the fact that this cab was so far up in the air. So, another piece of security here at the show. This sign about a Diamond Rewards program reminds me of home, Las Vegas, and all the rewards programs that the various casinos sponsor. I'm about to leave the show. Many other folks aren't. They have many more aisles to cover. I only covered a few of the aisles, and even so found the contents quite interesting. Las Vegas is lucky to be the convention capital of the United States, and I'm lucky to be here and attend shows such as this one.